Hey, welcome back to Album April. It's April 3rd, and today I listened to The Moon in Antarctica by Modest Mouse. Modest Mouse is a band name I have heard before, but I really don't know them very well. I know one Modest Mouse song, and I don't even know it because I know the Modest Mouse song. I know it because I know a Lupe Fiasco song that samples that song. But I mean, for what it's worth, I really like that Lupe Fiasco song. I also get in my own head all the time about these things because one of the things I'll do is that I'll take a band or artist I really want to check out, then I'll look up what's their best album, and almost always there's not one agreed on answer. It's usually two albums, and I feel like I choose the wrong one every single time. And obviously, the logical thing to do would be to file that other album away for next album April, but what if I'm not in the mood anymore when I get to that one? By the time I was done listening to The Moon in Antarctica, I was thinking it probably would have been a better idea to listen to their next album, Good News for People Who Love Bad News. By the way, a lot of their albums just sound like the name of album tracks from early Fall Out Boy or Panic at the Disco. Anyway, I was thinking I should have listened to that album because that's the one that had the big singles, but then I listened to Float On again and realized, nah, I'd probably have very similar feelings about that album too. That Lupe Fiasco song I mentioned was The Show Goes On, which is an amazing hip-hop song. And even though it is a rap song, is also exponentially more melodic than anything I've heard from Modest Mouse. I'm not going to sell this album short. Most of these songs have really good elements to it, but the only one that I thought was consistently good from beginning to end was the song The Cold Part. It's this very moody, atmospheric track, and I was wondering what this reminds me of, because it reminded me of something very specific. And I realized a few seconds ago, it reminds me a lot of the Tristram Village theme from Diablo. Mostly with its use of reverb and guitar harmonics. They both kind of have the same vibe, like something you would see in a post-apocalyptic anime like Casshern Sins or Wolf's Rain. But the cold part was the exception, not the rule in the album. None of the other songs really sound as, melodic as that one did. I mean, technically it is singing, but a lot of times it felt like vaguely musical yelling. Though they did mix it up here and there. I remember in the Tiny Cities Made of Ashes song, a lot of it was two vocal tracks layered on top of each other, but one was soft singing and kind of a falsetto, and the other one felt like very deep, low talking. Most of the lyrics at least do sound like they're alluding to some sort of deeper symbolic meaning or overall theme, but on my more cynical days, you could also probably have me thinking that they're just random nonsense. Although I will say, this album does have one legitimately brilliant lyric. It's from the song Paper Thin Walls, and the lyric is, "It's been agreed the whole world stinks, so no one's taking showers anymore." And that is a really great way to describe how some people use bad things happening in the world as an excuse to stop trying to be a good person. But, bottom line, what did I think of The Moon in Antarctica? I thought that this album was interesting. In fact, in my opinion, it does a better job at being interesting than it does at being particularly good. That doesn't mean there's not good stuff in it. There's clear talent on display and a lot of really good moments, but that's usually not enough to carry an entire album. And I just realized that The Show Goes On by Lupe Fiasco did probably the best thing you could do, which is take one of those really good, really strong moments and then expand that out into an entire song. Kanye West did something similar with the Lauryn Hill Unplugged album too. Taking a 2-second snippet of the whole thing and turning it into a whole song all falls down. In a way, Modest Mouse, at least from this album, kind of reminds me of Smashing Pumpkins. There's clearly a lot of talent, but the talent is not being utilized in a way that really appeals to me. I'm glad I listened to this album, but I'm not exactly chomping at the bit to listen to more Modest Mouse in the future. Alright, thank you for listening. I'll see you tomorrow.